You're listening to the Liam Scott Ryan Show. Coming in your ears. Wagwan.
I like, yeah.
Easy now. Yeah, just ghettoisms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Why not?
half an hour of ghettoisms.
I pretend I'm trying to bond with people, you know, that are younger than me and a bit more.
Yeah, we're with the kids, man. We know what the kids are thinking and what they're doing because
I have no idea what they're doing.
Well, actually,
I have no idea what their music is or
it does make me sound a bit pedophile-y.
We're with the kids.
I know what they're doing.
Specify kids.
I know where you are. I know what you're doing. I know what you're wearing.
Yeah, that does sound a bit bad.
That does sound terrible. Well, anyway, for anyone listening, this is the Liam Scott Ryan Show. We're on episode 13 now. Unlucky episode 13, Scott. So, best behaviour all round. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I was technically like they do it in hotels and stuff. They don't have a 13th floor, so I was thinking maybe we shouldn't have a 13th episode. They should just jump to 14. But then,
yeah, but you'd have to be a retard though if you were on the 14th floor, because you'd know I'm not really on the 14th floor.
Yeah, unless you built a 13th floor and then didn't use it.
Ooh.
But that would just, from a financial point of view, I think that'd be a waste of money.
I just had this whole idea in my head while you were saying that about, yeah, if I got a house like rich man style, I could have that room and have like secret tunnels and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's where I'd hide the bounty.
Well, I still swear that when I get my house, there will be a urinal in the toilet. There will be a urinal. Actually, I don't even want it in the bathroom. I want it in a separate room because I never want to have to wait to take a piss. If someone's taking a shit, I don't want to have to wait. Like,
so you should just like build a house with these little tiny, like the size of wardrobes. You should have one of them in every room. Like, excuse me a minute, get up, open it.
But urinals, from a point of view, you got no issue about leaving toilet seats up and down. Not really any worry about splash out. Like if you get a bit of piss around the floor in the urinal, it's a urinal. There's meant to be a bit of piss around it. But when it's on the toilet, problem is when you piss around the toilet, if someone's sitting on the toilet, sometimes their feet might be closer to the bowl, and then they might fucking, if they got socks on, they might start absorbing your piss. Like no one's,
It sounds like personal experience. Go on.
But yeah, and then there's no flushing required, so it's silent. So if you live like at my house at the moment, if I flush the toilet, the fucking pipes start making noise for fucking 20 minutes. But then I guess you do have to have that function where it cleans itself. I always find it really strange. When you're taking a piss in the urinal, I always find it strange that whenever I go in and take a piss, it starts to clean itself. The water starts trickling down it.
No, that's paranoia.
It just happens.
They come on every time I come in.
Well, at first I thought they were activated by pissing in them. For a long time I thought some of them might be. There are those fancy ones, like if you go into Westfields and stuff, they've got fancy urinals which have a sensor on the front, and then when you walk away from it, it cleans itself.
I'm not a urinal man.
No?
I'm out of that game.
Oh yeah, you're a cubicle man.
I'm a cubicle man all the way.
Solitary man.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Don't like the company. Don't like holding hands while you're pissing.
No. I wouldn't piss. I don't know. I don't know where it comes from. I've always tried to figure it out, like why I've got such a shy bladder. And I even being in a stall, if it's busy outside.
I thought you told me why. I thought I knew why.
Did you?
Yeah, you told me why. Because when you were a kid, some weird guy would talk to you in the toilet freaked you out.
I've always thought that was the reason, but I'm not sure how much of
that... That's enough, man. That's enough.
I'm not sure how much of that is like revisionist, like in my head there was something weird about.
If you can remember something like that from your childhood, there's a good chance that it did have an impact. Because otherwise, why would you have fucking remembered it? Like,
I remember high school as well, our toilets were just savagery.
Yeah.
So if you went in there, there's a good chance.
Well, anything could happen to you.
Yeah.
Someone could pull your trousers down or
burst open the cubicle kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like there was so horrendous things.
Yeah, people dunking people's heads in toilets and shit. Like, yeah, toilet.
I wouldn't have put anything past those animals.
No.
So I was like, fuck that noise.
I remember being reluctant to take a shit at school back in primary school, and trying to wait till I went home because it was you get too worried that someone would discover you in there and I don't know, climb over the top and start throwing things at you or watching you take a shit.
Yeah, and it's not an irrational fear when you've seen it happen lots of times.
Yeah. Whereas now, if that happened, I wouldn't feel bad about it. I'd just be confused about the man hanging over the edge of the toilet watching me shit.
Mixing strangers with me doing my business is just odd.
Well, anyway, that's enough toilet humour for the evening. But we'll talk about some more serious pressing issues, such as the big news on at the moment. Scott, what's Zuckerberg?
Oh yeah, no, it's been a bit of a mental couple of days, really.
Yeah, it's
gay Paris.
Yeah, it's a good start to the year. We've got terrorist extremists,
cunts running around with Kalashnikovs.
Yeah, it reminds me of an episode of 24 or something.
Reminds me of a level of GTA 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like driving up, then going in with a rocket launcher. I'm surprised they didn't have like an extra life pack as well. Fucking bulletproof vest, going in like, where's the editor? Shooting up a glass office, and then running out, hijacking a Fiat or whatever it was, driving out this way, parking so the cops didn't see, and grabbing another car. It all seemed like too slick.
And all over some fucking shitty satirical magazine as well. Like, you could imagine if they did it to the Times or something like that.
Obviously, sensitive terrorists.
Yeah, they got because the guys that I remember, there was a big thing with South Park about using the image of Muhammad, and they'd used it years before. Like in one of the first few seasons, I can't remember what they're called, but they're a group of superheroes, and one's Jesus, one's Seaman. They're all members of different gods and stuff like that. Abraham's there or some shit like that, and one of them's Muhammad, and it's just a skinny Asian guy standing in the corner. He's got lines and he talks and stuff. But now they can't show that episode anymore. No one was offended by it. No, there wasn't any backlash. It's like over, it's a more recent thing.
Many people saw that, especially extremists, like in those countries where it stems from.
Yeah, they didn't have the internet down.
They don't see it; they hear about it.
Yeah, they didn't have the internet then, so there would be no way of actually.
And if they did, they weren't going to be on Comedy Central.
Do you remember
stream episodes of cartoons?
Did you ever watch any of that stupid fucking movie that came out? I think it was last year or the year before. It was like super offensive to Muslims, and there was all this big fucking hee-haw.
I didn't watch all of it, but I watched bits of it. It was like really expensive.
Yeah, but
really expensively made, and it looked awful.
Yeah, and the dialogue in it was terrible.
Yeah.
It wasn't even funny, but it was funny in its own way. It was it had the same. I don't know if you've ever.
You could have got the same result with kids doing it in a panto style.
Yeah,
that's what it was like. Shuffling on, out of time, looking at the camera when you shouldn't. Praise Allah. Oh, the mighty one. Like looking off to the side.
I can't even remember what was offensive about that now. It was something stupid,
it's never anything.
I think
she pay too much attention to.
I think she
she
has sex or something like that, and that was bad enough. But yeah, so anyway,
how did you get here, you fucking dickhead?
So anyway, yeah, so the siege in Paris, it's all over now anyway, until the next one.
Everyone's dead
until episode 5 or 6. When. Because now, what they've changed location for these movies now. So now, like, they had Canada, and Canada hadn't really had any sort of terrorism. Then there was, what was the other one? Australia and Sydney. All the fucking Aussies freaking out. And then, now France. And it's, as an English person, you're just like, oh yeah, I can remember it from back in the day with the IRA. I was young then. I was very young, little, but I do remember. I remember when that bomb went off in Soho, and
yeah, so do I.
I think I was only probably 5 or 6 at the time or something.
I remember like the Guildford 4 getting released.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what did they do? And then I looked it up, and it was like, Name of the Father. That's a great film.
Yeah,
that was about that.
But yeah, so I don't know. I kind of wanted to talk about. Should we really be concerned, Scott? About the actual what the actual risk. I think you probably got more chance of winning the lottery than you have of being killed by a terrorist in this country. Of course, if you're in a country full of them, then your chances are more high. But then in this country, in the last 5 years, 12 people died. What was 7/7? I think it was. It wasn't a huge 18, number. 18. Like that. So and there's been there's been a couple of failed attempts. But more people get killed by lone psychopaths than they do by terrorists. Some guy going a bit apeshit and deciding to murder someone or murder a whole load of people.
Yeah, but I don't think it's the, where does anyone ever go thinking, oh, I better not go in there, I might get shot by a gunman? You don't think that.
No.
But the very thing that makes it scary is that it's, you just be out shopping and turn around and someone's shooting you in the head because you're white. You don't have traditional Muslim garb.
Do you think they wouldn't shoot any other Muslims? I think they would.
That police officer they shot in the head was Muslim.
Yeah, because they would see them as like traitors to the Western ideal.
Yeah, you're wearing their uniform. Fuck you.
You are still infidel.
You got in bed with the infidels. That makes you worse.
Yeah.
Infidel fucker.
But yeah, I don't know. As people from the West, we kind of see ourselves as, the good guys. Whereas, a lot of the problems going about, we hold some responsibility. We have dirty hands as much as anyone else.
Well, I'm not agreeing to any of this. I think it's all fucked.
Well, one of the craziest bastards was Hitler, and he was Western. Germany wasn't some sort of it was part of Europe. Right. I don't know if it was then. I don't even know if there was fucking Europe then. Probably not.
I'm struggling to see your point right now.
No, I don't know either. What I'm saying is that it doesn't.
Don't worry about it. Just go about your day.
Yeah, exactly. But you can't do that when all the news is constantly 24 hours a day.
Pumping it in your face.
All they need is a proper good sound guy, like someone to do the music. If someone can do, like X Factor music in the background to like pour it, and when the explosions come, like
the rising chords,
and then the end of the siege, and like you'd be weeping into News 24. You'd be like, Jesus, what the fuck just happened there? If they can do it with a fucking advert for donkeys, then they can do it with real life situations. I think they should. I think in America they do it more. They have the sound bites and. Like whenever there's any, I remember their coverage of Afghanistan and Iraq. Whenever there was any big story, they compile it together and like have flashing pictures and be like the war.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's good TV.
British News should start doing that because BBC News, I gotta say, after a bit, seen some dude standing outside on the fucking road for fucking 4 hours, telling me what I knew fucking 5 minutes ago. It's not very helpful to the situation. I want a camera inside, At least, hopefully in the future, Scott, when everyone's got fucking eyeglasses or whatever the fuck they're going to be called, I will be able to see what the terrorist is seeing. I'll be able to choose. It'll be almost like playing the computer game. I'll be like, right, okay, I want to see what the wounded guy's doing right now, and you can watch him try to pull his innards back into his body. But, oh, this is awesome! Like, why not? No, aren't we all gonna be connected that way? I'm sure there were people. I'm sure the hostages inside. I'm sure their phones are worth fucking billions now. Like they're filming it, taking pictures.
I'm not sure how many of them were taking pictures and filming it.
Oh, dude, people can't help themselves, man.
You can't
taking a selfie with the terrorists, after he shot your mate, like
pointing a Kalashnikov at you. You're not just gonna get your phone out and start. You might click record and just stand there gaping.
Well, you don't think anyone changed their Facebook status to
what? Shit just got real. Jim likes this.
Yeah. Well, mate, I don't know. I reckon people did, man. I reckon there'd be someone like yesterday. Some dude came back to the pub, and what had happened is him and his mate had the exact same bag. And they took each other's bag, and he just came up with this brilliant line because his wallet was in there, everything was in there, and he just came up with this line. And he was like, "I haven't got my phone. I haven't got my phone. I have to get my phone." And I was like, "Well, no, you don't, mate. Like, your main priority should be to get home and go to bed." He's like, "No, I'm gonna have to go and get a taxi to my mate's house because I gotta get my phone." And I got and the house keys as well. But I gotta get my phone. I was just like, dude, like, leave your phone, man. That's what they got payphones. Like, you can survive. It's midnight now. It's your mate. You can survive.
You don't understand the modern fascination with that device.
Yeah, but you're going to bed.
That's people. That's they take that over their married partner a lot of the time.
I'm sure it's on the top list of what people could not live without.
These days, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You gotta have that little device so you can speak to other monkeys.
Yeah. or just so I don't know. I guess
or
like
play Bejeweled Blitz, or
what's the
Angry
one?
Birds,
Candy something.
Candy Crush,
Soda.
Candy Crush.
Isn't there a soda one?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I'm not hip to all those fucking hypnotic drugs.
But the games are so shit. The games are just fucking awful. Like they're games I was playing on the NES back in the fucking day.
Nah, they're better than that, man.
I wonder how many of the fucking hostages were playing fucking Candy Crush. Because you've got hours to waste. I guess you wouldn't be able to charge your phone unless the terrorist was nice and let people charge their phones and stuff.
I don't think they were nice.
I reckon when you are the hostage
You've seen
taker,
too many fucking films.
when you're on the hostage taker, but you can't. I thought there was all that Stockholm syndrome and all that shit.
Yeah, but that doesn't kick in over 5 hours. Stockholm syndrome happens over long times.
Yeah,
kidnappers.
What, like years?
No, well, I don't know exactly the length. I'm not a shrink, but no, they would have been petrified.
Oh,
Do you think you would go for the hero moment? Like if he turned his back, put him in a headlock, try and grab the gun or something?
Look, it depends because I think what it said there is that this could be incorrect, but I think 4 people died from them trying to take back, trying to get him.
Supermarket,
yeah, in the supermarket when they when they went in and killed him, he managed to kill 4. It's possible the cops probably killed a couple themselves, but they'll never admit that. There was a hell of bullets and stuff like that.
There might be an inquest though.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be as well.
Because there was for the Australian one. Because there was it looked like just 8 dudes started firing into the coffee shop from outside.
Yeah, I'm sure they're highly trained.
A couple of people died, but there was some way they proved. I
guess if you did the ballistics, you can take the bullet out.
I think they've got cameras and shit.
Yeah, the police do on their shoulders.
These highly trained terrorist.
Yeah, or on their helmets, like on their knobs.
Wow, I bet
that's the future.
The balls are throbbing and they're huge in those situations.
I can't remember what we're talking about now.
Terrorists. Paris. Ooh la la.
Well, it's a
sad fucking couple of days, man. Because people just went to a supermarket. They just went to a supermarket.
But it's a story to tell, Scott. It's a bit of excitement in your life. Oh yeah, the question you asked me is, would I be the hero?
The hero moment, yeah.
I would if I knew I could, but I'd have to be, 90% sure that I was going to be the hero. Just was number one. I look like a fucking badass. I'm the man that single-handedly took down the terrorist. Like, can you imagine just walking out the shop and be like, yeah, just knocked him out, guys. Yeah. Then like fucking cracking open the beer and having a fag and like everyone will be swarming you.
You'll find him on the floor.
Yeah.
Well done, sir.
Yeah.
Just shake you're a goddamn national hero.
But then
I know, but I
think it's one of those things. I think that it's proven that the majority like overall would freeze because
of course
that's a gun and people
he has a wild eye and a look in his eye.
I think the only people that would do the hero moments are people that would have training in some way so they weren't afraid of guns, because I've never had the gun pointed at me, so if someone pointed a fucking gun at me I probably would shit myself because it's there's a first time for everything. And I think but yeah, a part of me would want to, and part of me, even if I died, I'd know that I'd die pretty cool. Like killed by a terrorist is, that's a cool way to die. Lung cancer, that's a shit way to die. But with your organs hanging out and you'd be like, avenge me, and
say something witty.
Yeah, try and think.
I did it my way.
Yeah, and then as well, even though I'm a complete fucking cunt, all the news coverage about your death, you're gonna they'll have sad music and there'll be people weeping for me that I've never fucking met, and everyone will be horrified at my death, and it's like that's kind of nice, It's like these.
What do you care? You're not gonna be there.
Yeah, but I know that the future still exists afterwards. Like part of me would, even if I don't
dead.
Yeah, but if I don't become famous now, I would still like to think that possibly when I die, I might become famous. I think a lot of people, a lot of like artists and writers and stuff like that. If you're not getting any credibility while you're alive, why wouldn't you just quit and stop doing it? I know these people do it because they love to do art, but I think another part of them is they think I might be one of those bastards that's famous when he's dead. And there is a certain, like, to be remembered after you died, there is something in that, Scott. There is something in it. No?
Well, yeah, I suppose. I mean, that's probably a major part of why people do that kind of thing.
I think it's another part of this kind of, because I don't believe in the afterlife.
I don't understand it, really.
Yeah, because I don't believe in the afterlife. I guess it's kind of like an afterlife for me. I'd
like to be remembered for doing something cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be, like, oh, he was funny, or threw a mean dart.
Yeah. I know.
Stuff like...
He threw a mean dart?
Yeah.
I don't think many people are remembered for that, Scott, unless they're professional darts players. No.
I'm remembered. There are people out there that
like, remember you, yeah. But it's probably because it happened
smacked them in the arse.
Yeah, but it's probably because it happened about a couple of fucking months ago. There aren't people. If you're telling me there's going to be people that remember this moment 200 years from now, or even 50 years, then I don't know, Scott. I think all those people will be dead. And then
I think you're a fucking naysayer and you're pissing on my bonfire.
It's only the dart.
I think we should sort this out like men on the dartboard.
But live dart podcasting.
That's a 45. No. I take my darts very seriously. I think you'll find you'll have maybe.
Yeah. Well, I saw some of the end of the. We started showing it in the pub because we got it on.
What was it? The PDC final.
Yeah, the big one.
Yeah,
Taylor
versus and Anderson.
Yeah,
Anderson. That was a match of giants.
Yeah, we even whacked the sound on for that one, but it's. I don't know. I think watching it on telly is a bit shit, but I think being there looks awesome. Like everyone's fucking getting so drunk.
Yeah. Do you see the pictures of beer they have?
I think
you don't go to the bar and order a pint because you will have to walk like 10-15 minutes to get to the bar. So you buy 2 pitchers. God damn it.
I remember someone told me that they know one of the guys that works there, and they're taking like $100,000 a night and shit like that.
Yeah,
like Jesus Christ,
it's big business, man. Like Gary Anderson won 250,000.
Yeah, because it's one of those. You think
Phil Taylor won 120 for losing. It's big money.
Yeah. And that's just from them.
It's a game of skill.
I'm guessing they got the sponsorship. Like,
I think the reason it's so popular is because it's a game of skill.
Is it majorly just the English game, or do other countries take it quite
Holland,
seriously?
Big dart country.
Or Belgium.
Belgium, yeah, big dart country.
We had some guys from Belgium in, and they were enjoying it. Like, they were getting quite into it.
Yeah.
They were doing oggy, hoi. I was like, oh Jesus!
Stand up if you love the darts.
Yeah.
Stand up
no, that one came.
If you
on.
love the darts.
Yeah.
I watched the final. I watched the quarters, the semis, and the final. And this week it's the BDO, which is like the lower league of the darts, where you don't win as much money.
Have you ever seen?
There's no birds that walk on, And
they got some right fucking fitties on stage, haven't they?
Yeah, but I think that's bollocks.
Yeah, I think.
Like, what are you doing? It's a sport. You should treat it like a sport.
Yeah.
Not some flashy, like, why have you got plastic titted?
You can have those chicks out serving drinks to the crowds and stuff like that. But yeah. I don't think like,
they're
cheerleaders,
these fat beer drinking arrow throwers, like
we're all fucking him. Yeah. That's not happening.
They would never meet in any natural scenario. And if they did, neither one of them would even look at each other like, you're not my type of person. No,
I'm sure all the fucking darts. I bet you all the darts players have these proper butch fucking hench, like mean girlfriends. Like, you'd have to.
Well, I don't want to judge, but they're not stunners. Let me put it that way.
They're not wags.
I'm sure they're beautiful to every man.
Are they called dags?
Dags, yeah, dart wives.
Well, anyway, we're gonna leave it at that, Scott. We're gonna go to a quick commercial break.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Here's a word from someone, and there's a bit of music for you.
Yeah.
What get any ideas what we're gonna put on, Scott?
Well, yeah, actually,
you can say any song you want, and like it will come on like magic, like some sort of fucking greatness. Like you can say anything right now.
Oh.
Go on, let's go for Smiths.
Smiths. Oh, okay.
What Smith songs do you want?
Oscillate wildly.
Okay. Anyway, cheers. we're on air, though. I was enjoying the way it was going, so I was going to say that we should start now. If I do that, that means we're rolling, you know.
But I was speaking.
Yeah.
So I continue speaking?
Well, I don't know. Now I don't think this will go on the air, Scott. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's kind of withered on the vine.
Yeah, I don't know whether doing the welcome back is a good thing or whether it's just good to
roll into conversation.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but now we're talking about it. I don't know if this works anymore. Well, we'll find out anyway. Let's just keep going. Right. So apart from fucking Paris, what else has been happening? It's been the new year. It's 2015, you fuckers.
You're a soldier.
If anyone hasn't seen Joey Diaz going mental about it being 2015, you should all definitely check that out. But it is 2015.
Any inspiration if you're giving up fat, salt, sugar, whatever, you need to watch Joey Diaz. It's a 2-minute clip.
What about all these fuckers? I saw some adverts on television, and there's this thing about giving up alcohol to save cancer.
Dry January.
Yeah. But I thought they already had that. There was like Stoptober.
Stoptober. That's for cigarettes.
Is that cigarette? Jesus Christ. So, but my question is, how everyone quitting drinking for a month? How is that gonna stop cancer?
It's supposed to be like the money.
I guess it stops liver cancer a tiny bit.
Instead of the money you spend on booze, they suggest you give it to cancer research and all that shit.
Oh, I didn't think it was that. I thought you got sponsored not to drink for a month.
I don't know if you get sponsored. That's not something I think you can ask people to. I'm not going to have any beer for a week. Can you give me money? No. Well, then he's going to take that money and buy beer.
So remain sober and give us the money that you were going to spend on pints instead.
Yeah. People go for it though. They hear it and it's like, oh my god, it's a chance for me to look like I'm a proper person, and they go for it like hook, line, and sinker.
I think it's vainness in people. They just think, right, yeah, I'm gonna, if I give up alcohol and then I'll start going to the gym and then I'll be hot. I'll be super hot like all those fuckers on television, and I'm gonna be super sexy and slim and and it's like, look, man, it's January. The weather's shit. Like, life is shit in January. January is the most depressing.
Be hunkered down with a beer.
January, my mum told me this. It's proven to be the most depressing month.
It's the worst month of the year. Everyone's broke.
So
everyone feels horrible because they stuff their faces like fat fucks.
So drink. Yeah. So drink your fucking woes away, people.
Do you know how many parents right now are going, I can't believe how much fucking money we spent on something they don't even give a shit about anymore.
Well, I wonder about the negative effects of like doing something like a sober January, because if you're not giving these people alcohol, I think you'd see a rise in other issues with them. Like, maybe they'll take up crack instead. There's no month for not doing crack, so I'll do some crack instead of have a beer at the pub. Don't you think that's Scott?
Maybe. But I don't know those people. It's definitely not in my
alright, maybe not crack, but maybe, I don't know, they'll just end up eating more junk food, or
backhand their wife.
Yeah, exactly, or kill themselves.
I haven't had a kebab in weeks.
What about suicide rates? Like, people aren't able to drown their sorrows for a month.
I don't advise it.
I don't.
You're preaching to the choir here, man. I think it's a whole load of honk. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, you deprive yourself of this, and we still haven't got a cure for that.
That's one thing I want to know. I'm going to look online. I bet you there's a thing for every fucking month. Like, I know there's Movember, where you grow a moustache, and then you told me about that one for cigarettes, and then you got the one for alcohol. I wonder what the fuck February. Maybe I should start making my own. Like, okay, so February is Wankebuary, where you're not allowed to have a wank all month. Okay, none of the male population are allowed to wank for the month of Wankerberry. God, man, that would just be chaos.
I'm trying to think of other ones, but I don't want to at the same time, because that'd be horrible. Every month. Oh, what's this? It's the month I'm not allowed to wipe my arse.
A month of not. I don't know. Just for my own benefit, I wouldn't do that. I don't know. I just think it's crazy. It's like, if you're gonna do something, just do it. Don't. It's like you're being hypocritical about yourself. You're saying to yourself, okay, I drink all the time and I have a drink and I like to drink, but this is in some way, bad, and it's bad for me and it's bad for my life. So it means for 1 month of the year I'm going to be how I should be, and for the 11 months of the year I'm going to continue doing what I always did and be that person anyway. It's like, who the fuck are you trying to prove this shit to? Like, why? If your life's shit and you're fucked up, it's not the alcohol, it's not the fucking cigarettes, it's not the fucking fact you got a moustache or not. It's your own fucking life, like, and you got to fucking buckle down and sort yourself out. I sound like Joey Diaz now. So I'm stealing this shit, man.
Fuck Facebook. Fuck social media. Yeah, well, people fill all their time up with different things, and me and you don't understand their things, and they probably wouldn't understand ours.
If your main thing is social media, then fuck me, man. Like, good luck to you in life, because if you think 30 years time fucking Facebook and Twitter is going to be as interesting as it is now, you're fucking badly mistaken. Like, that's not, like, when you're having flashbacks at the moment of fucking death, when your life flashes before my eyes, all you people are going to see is a fucking Twitter account or a fucking Facebook page. Like, I saw this thing on Facebook that they send you like a compilation or like a video of like your year. And
I did that.
And then it's like da da da, and they got music, and they're like, oh, you went on holiday and you went this. That's gonna be your fucking flashback when you have a flashback of, when your life flies before your eyes before you see your fucking maker.
I did mine, but it was like a slideshow, and it was a picture of me, my profile picture, and then it was a picture of Jojo, and then it was my last profile picture with "see you next year." So I put underneath it, I'll do more next year, I promise.
But is that because you had nothing? Is that because you had nothing on Facebook?
Yeah.
Well, then keep it that way, Scott.
Well, yeah.
Because otherwise, like someone told me that they watched theirs.
I put a selfie of me on there, and people lose their minds.
Someone told me that they cried during their one when they watched their one, and I was like, yeah, I would too, because I'd be like, my God, look how much time I've wasted on this fucking thing.
Look how many photos of my face there are. Just in existence. Oh my God.
Why?
Yeah.
Why is this all this? Why is my year public domain property? Like, anyone's allowed to fucking bear witness. Part of it does. If you think about it, it's kind of scary, the idea that people can be stalking you and knowing what you're up to. Like, I think it takes a mystery out of people if all you have to do is spend 10 minutes on their Facebook account and you know what their fucking life is. It's like, people should be a bit deeper than that, I think. Get off it, people. Well, anyway. Another face. I always said that. As soon as you bring up the word Facebook, that's it. I go into my mad spiel. Like, can't help it.
It's like if I got a bag of peanuts out around someone who was allergic to peanuts. Get the fuck away from me! Are you nuts? Are you trying? Hey, you nuts?
Wait.
Oh, I ruined it. Well, yeah, also, something I would like to talk about in the second half, and it's a bit of a heavy subject.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
The old Ched Evans.
The footballer.
The old rapist. And I can call him that by law.
He was convicted.
He's a convicted rapist, and he's having a bit of trouble getting back into his old trade, which is playing football. It's
outrageous, really. Someone give this poor guy a break. All he's done is rape someone, what he can't get his unbelievably lucratively sickly paying jobs back.
It's not like he raped two people.
I'm sure if he wants a job in fucking McDonald's, he can still, he can apply there. He can go down the job centre. I'm sure they can, there's plenty of rapists with jobs out there. He just can't have one that pays him fucking £4 million a fucking day. Like,
yeah, they don't just die, do they? They don't come out of hospital and evaporate.
Look, being a footballer is very much like being a celebrity. So if some fucking celebrity was accused of rape, like,
you never see him again.
Yeah, say like, all of One Direction fucking gang raped one of their one of their groupies, went to jail.
Not a stretch of the imagination.
Got out of jail and then expected to be number one again and expected any fucking record companies to touch him. It's like, dude, like, being a footballer, kicking a football, it's not that big a deal. Like, it's about what's behind the actual football. Well, it's about sponsorship and money.
My God, you've got verbal diarrhea.
No.
It's unbelievable. It's like, I would like to talk about Ched Evans. Yeah, you know what the thing is? The thing is, right, it's fucking, the media and the children and the parents, they all come together, blah, 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 blah. And another thing. No, it's fine. I just thought it was funny, so that's why
Go on, carry on. Go on then.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your flow.
Well, it's gone now.
I did.
Yeah,
but,
of course. Well, no, carry on, Scott.
Well, there's a lot of retarded thought out there about it. Not yours. Yours is very cogent, yeah. No, nobody wants to see a rapist doing anything, really. And if you knew someone was, if you had to wear like a big bright
maybe getting
tag,
arse raped. I'd like to see him, arse raped by someone.
You were drunk and you were like, I fancy some frisky sex, and you saw someone with the big rapist badge on. It's like, I bet he's fun. Anyway, but yeah, there's a lot of retarded stuff, and I read the court transcript earlier in the week, and it was a hefty read. It took me about 25 minutes, like from beginning to end, and it was very creepy. Very creepy.
Creepy.
Yeah, like his mate rang him up. I know.
Did you read did he take the stand? I don't know if it's like America where you could, you don't have to go take the stand.
Yeah, his defense was.
Did he take the stand or not?
It was consensual.
Can you write that? In America, I know you don't have to.
No, it wasn't the actual transcript. It wasn't like word for word and everything. It was. It's like the summation. The person that. It's
like the media that are in there.
It's what Nicola does, but for the Nurse and Midwifery Council. She's in there as a panel secretary, and she is in while they're doing the trial of the
makes a record of it.
Yeah, and sums it up at the end and puts it together in a nice, neat package.
So there is quotes from his him giving evidence.
Well, yeah, it says like the defendant gave this defense and blah blah blah.
Yeah, okay.
It was all consensual. So
his defense was,
it was all consensual.
Yeah.
The girl was basically comatose.
It is again,
and with his friend, because his friend texted him and said, "Yeah, come round," and then he fucked the girl while two of his friends were outside filming on their mobiles, and then she woke up in a puddle of piss.
I love that stuff. I should imagine.
Yeah, just completely like, oh, what the fuck happened, and phone the police. It sounds, if it's not rape, it's a really creepy night out.
Yeah.
Because I can't envisage any situation where me and you have done some questionable things. We won't get into it.
Yeah.
But that's never happened.
No, I've never understood it when someone tells me a story that they were like, their mate sent them a video or they were there when someone was shagging and people were standing around filming on their phone. Has anyone ever said that to you?
Not in anything other than they were caught, like and they were really embarrassed.
No. I'm talking like I've had
in the cloakroom.
I've had several people tell me that they've been like at a party somewhere, and then suddenly like two people have like started shagging, and then like people start filming, or one girl starts giving some guy a blowjob, and they all start filming it. I think this is like maybe a young thing, and this wasn't around when we didn't have phones, but. Yeah, I think that's just like I would not want to be in the room. I'd be like, dude, like
it's not a party I've been to.
No, that's not something that's like well anyway.
It's like, and you're making me smoke weed outside. You're blowing each other in here. But yeah, the whole thing's quite creepy. And apparently, like, he was going to sign for Oldham this week, and 60,000 people signed a petition. Like, no, we don't want a rapist playing for that club, blah, blah, blah. I don't even know what proportion of that were Oldham fans, but 60,000 people. And he issued a statement when Oldham pulled out the deal, saying that he was really sorry for the outrage that night has caused, almost. It was like not an apology whatsoever. He's like, I'm really sorry you're angry that girl got raped that night.
But deal with it. That's the underlying.
And then he blamed mob rule and mob mentality for the reason for why he didn't get the contract at Oldham. And it's like, yeah, well, people don't like remorseless rapists, Chedwin. The world's a funny place.
Yeah.
oh, well, we don't like child murderers, child fuckers, women abusers.
How old was the chick?
19, 20, yeah. I'm assuming. I read the court thing, but I didn't read the details. I just wanted to get to the meat, find out what actually happened.
One thing that because I've been watching a few crime series and stuff like that, and I've seen this thing where a lot of men that are accused of rape actually deny it themselves because they're so drunk that they black out and they do what they do and they can't actually really remember it properly. So they assume because within themselves they wouldn't rape someone, that they didn't rape that chick. But they were so blackout drunk that I think sometimes when you get blackout drunk, like an animalistic, primitive thing comes out. And if you're blackout and you've got no control of what you're doing, you will do stupid shit when you're blackout drunk.
Yeah, you might lunge.
Yeah, but
grab a titty.
Yeah, and then things, well, who knows? Who knows what they do when they're blackout drunk? That's what being blackout drunk is. Like,
I don't know how blackout drunk I'd be, though. Like, I don't know. In what situation would you pull your dick out?
Well, lots of situations, Scott. I'm pretty easy.
But I mean, if she's prone, like completely blackout drunk herself or asleep, are you just? I'm not sure I can imagine a situation.
I'm just saying that but I'm just saying that there's lots of incidences with men where they're accused, I don't know, of punching a woman or assaulting a woman.
And, I totally understand.
And they say, but they say, that's, I can't have done that because that's not what I believe. That's not the person I am. But then it transpires that they did do it. The evidence is there, but they still deny it within themselves because they're like,
yeah, there's a block up. Like, I would never do anything like that. I couldn't. It's just not within me.
Yeah, but you were so fucked up that you did it, like, because I guess subconsciously there's that animalistic part of your fucking brain that's violent and aggressive and.
But there's been all sorts of it. It's such like a broad spectrum. There's been people that have cried rape. There are people that have. There was that guy in South London for like 15 years. They couldn't catch him, and he would just go around and rape elderly women in their houses. I don't know why I'm laughing.
Sorry, that's not in any way funny. It was just the way you were saying it. Like, it was just like so dun. Yeah. Like, oh my god.
I'm trying to get a job on the History Channel. What?
Yeah.
His name was Leon Byfield.
Was it?
I think it was something like that. Yeah, it might actually be that.
And what was it?
Huge black dude. He used to just like creep into their house at 3-4 in the morning and rape them. Yeah. Rob them, maybe. Depended if he liked them or not. It was horrible.
But it goes to show because
there's all sorts of weird sexual madness.
But then if you look at all those, all the crazy mental people and all those crazy, sick, fucked up things you do, like if they can do it, it means anyone can do it. Like it's all within us, but we have.
You're capable.
Yeah, so I think anyone's capable of anything. But obviously, I've got that thing in my brain called my morals and what I believe is right and wrong, and I choose that all the fucking sick horrible stuff is wrong. I definitely won't be doing any of that. But I don't know. I still think it's there, though. I still think that part of the brain is active, and it's still, it's.
I think it's bigger in some people than it is in the other. I think some people are susceptible. I don't know why. I mean, maybe nature and nurture. It's like, why do so many people, women that are sexually abused in America, get into porn?
I suppose the inhibitions go completely out the window, like
at a younger age.
Yeah. Like once you've done something as fucked up as sleeping with your own father,
or uncle or brother or whatever,
then sleeping with someone for money must seem like a fucking great deal.
Yeah, there's also, it's such a strange, horrible.
Yeah, life is fucked up, man. People are fucked up. Like everyone's fucked in their own little way.
I'm just thankful that my only peccadillo is I have to punch her in the face before I come, just once, softly. Like, never broken any teeth.
I thought it was funny because they've made it illegal now to slap people in porn, in England or something like that.
Oh yeah, they brought in.
Now whenever I'm watching a bit of porn and someone someone slaps someone, I always think, I'm watching some illegal shit here, bruv. You know,
throat gagging shit.
Yeah, but
mascara starts running and it's just
To be honest, I'm usually when that shit starts happening, I'm like, I might need to fast forward through this because
I don't like it.
No,
I feel really bad. Like,
I'm just like,
horrible,
dude, man. Like, you know,
she's being really nice to you, and that's what you want to do.
You have to fucking spit on her pussy and give her a slap around the face. Like, that doesn't seem fair.
I was going to choke you for a bit. I've never said that ever.
You're going down.
Yeah. I'm gonna stand on your neck.
Well, to me, it's a bit like The Fall. It's a bit, you know, that's a bit serial killery to, like, you know, choke someone, you know, till they almost die and then bring them back to life. You know, that's fucked up shit. Maybe it's right to ban it. I don't think people that are into choking people should possibly be encouraged. Because if you watched it from a young age, you might think choking a chick and giving her a punch in the face was normal.
I don't know. I think there's a place for like rough sex, but there's some of it's like fucking hell. There's rough and then there's abuse. Like, no wonder she's crying.
Oh dear. Right, well, people, we're going to leave it on that, actually.
Okay.
That's it for today, Scott.
Yeah, no, it's been good. I hope everyone's had a good week, and 2015 ain't been too cruel to you just yet.
Yeah.
Bills are coming in soon, though, eh?
Oh, well, with me, they never start or they never stop, so... Good night, everyone.
I started sweating when I said bills.
Bills, why?
Just fucking money.
We're just thinking about it.
Fucking money.
Ain't got money.
I know.
Oh, well, you'll find it.
I will. I always do.
Yeah, of course, man. That's the thing with money and bills. Like, that's forever, Scott.
Yeah.
That won't ever change. That won't ever end. So you got to kind of just say, oh, fuck, who cares? Fuck it.
Oh, I do. And that's what leads me into trouble.
Yeah. You know, until someone actually comes to the door and starts, like, physically having a go at you, no, I think you're cush.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to let it get to that stage.
Nah, fuck that. Anyway, that was a fake ending there. Here we go.
Cheery ending.
Yeah. Because you got bills to pay. Well, I don't think anyone's going to, you know... Apart from you, I don't think anyone's losing sleep, Scott.
I got skills to pay the bills. Don't you worry.
Yeah, exactly. The money's going to start flowing in. We have advertising. We'll end with an advert, actually. I thought of a very funny advert, so I want to make it. Well, anyway, you'll hear in a second. Good night, everybody.
God bless.
When I'm not killing innocent civilians, I love listening to the Liam Scott Ryan Show. I love those infidels.